Committee, and here I'm going to touch upon the bearing surfaces for all the young surgeons present over here. So if I were to be asked that, which bearing surface are you going to use in your total hips, then without a doubt it's going to be a ceramic on poly. And theoretically speaking, we could just end the discussion here and end this topic that it is a COP which has proven its metal over a period of time. So why do we still have these multiple bearing options? We have metal on metal, we have ceramic on ceramic, and MOP. So talking first about the metal on metal, essentially it was more to do with the hip resurfacing than hip replacement. And why did it all fall out of favor? Was the problem excessive wear? The answer is no. In fact, it had very low volumetric wear. It had large head sizes with improved stability and favorable fluid film lubrication. The problem was the metal ions. The metal ions were causing the alveolar reaction into the soft tissues. It was practically leaching away the soft tissues, and that's why we had to move away from them. Talking about ceramic on ceramic, and this was the blue-eyed boy around 2010 or between 2005 to 2010, and everybody was talking about ceramic on ceramic. It still has the lowest wear rate of all the total hip arthroplasties we know of. There's no metal ion release, no metal losses, and excellent tribology. But what's the catch? It is less forgiving. So if you were to do a COC in a wrong manner, it would really come after you. It requires a perfect component positioning, good cup inclination, and avoidance of any edge loading. Definitely there are concerns about squeaking, which the patients and the surgeons don't like. And if you were to have a ceramic fracture, you cannot use a COP the next time. You're forced to use a ceramic on ceramic because the P will have an accelerated wear if you don't use it after a ceramic fracture. So the two types of plastic, and that's what we are going to talk about, is conventional polyethylene and highly cross-linked polyethylene. And they are very, very different. So if you look at the conventional polyethylene, it had very high wear rates, not just because of the material, but also because of the use of cement. Now, so there are two confounding factors. One is the quality of the plastic, and the other is the presence of uncemented implants, which has taken away the cement interface. So highly cross-linked plastic has lower wear rates. It has got, and that's been proven in the literature, more than 10-year data available. And the addition of antioxidant, especially vitamin E, seems to help. So this is the latest evolution in the highly cross-linked plastic that we have. So if it were a 65-year-old male with an active lifestyle and primary hip osteoarthritis, I'm looking at a total hip arthroplasty. Given that the patient is active, I would look at a COP kind of tribology. If it was a less active individual and if costs were constrained, that's when MOP is commonly used in practice. But if it was a neck or femur case, that's when we get confused whether we want to do a bipolar surgery for this patient or whether we want to use a total hip. So again, it depends upon the patient's age, the activity level where the patient is independently mobilizing outside, and the acetabular cartilage status. So definitely ceramic head on highly cross-linked poly is the preferred bearing, and no bearing surface is perfect, but we have our take-home winner today. Thank you very much.